Welcome everybody to your weekly vibes. What do we need to know about love, money, worry, and advice for this week? And as always, I'll have my angel answers. But I have done up a little video for you to take your time to figure out what number resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. You go to that number and you find out what your week is going to look like. But you'll also find out what my week is looking like, seeing that I'm here in Newfoundland. So the weekly vibes for the next 2 weeks will be coming from Newfoundland. You can tell by the smile on my face I'm not happy, right? So now for the video.
Wondered if she'll see me. Hi, Nini. I'm here waiting for you at the bed.
It's like 1 o'clock, so I got 6 hours. Well, I have to sleep.
Look how pretty it is. That looks like a space station.
So for my friends in group 1, my secret favorite group, just letting you know, what do we need to know about love, money, worry, and advice for this week? When it comes to love, we have temperance. So it is time to make sure that things are balanced out when it comes to your loved ones, your family, your friends. This is really a time that you have to kind of step back and say, okay, is this worth it? Like, to make that imbalance, you have to be really careful about, is it worth taking the chance to say something, or do you need to say something? It's like there's this push-pull happening. So either there's a family member or a work coworker or a friend that things are not clicking and something needs to give. So you may have to call up that friend and say, hey, how have you been? It may be a case where you've fallen out with somebody and there's finally time for some reconciliation. But this is definitely a good card. It just means that you have to come into some self-reflection, because it's not always the other person's fault. There has to be self-responsibility. So I think that this week you'll notice an imbalance. You'll notice that this vibe is off, but you also have the solution as to how to fix it. So it'll all work out. When it comes to money, okay, we got the 5 of Pentacles. So I apologize in advance that there's going to be some people who are going to be feeling the pinch this week. They're going to be feeling that feeling of like, as soon as I get things balanced out, something else has to come up and take the few extra dollars, or the few extra dollars I do or do not have. So this is going to be a week where I'd just be like, just if you don't have to spend it, don't. And when it comes to work, you're going to be feeling left out. You're going to be feeling like somehow you're being isolated or ostracized at work. But realize that sometimes we do that to ourselves. So you really have to look at that situation and go, okay, am I really being ostracized? Am I really feeling like I'm being pushed out, or I'm being talked about, or something's uncomfortable? Or is this, your self prophecy of how things are, and but you feel like you're an outsider with your little face against the window looking in at work. Don't. You have so much more to offer. Build up your confidence. Get up in the morning and high five yourself and say you're going to do great this day. So for worry, we have the Queen of Wands. So when you feel like you got all these things to do and you're Superwoman or you're Superman, you're going to get all these things done. You've made all these, set all these goals for yourself, or you've told people, hey, I'll be there, I'll help you, I'll be there, I'll help you, I'll be there. And you've overloaded yourself, you've overwhelmed yourself, you've taken on too much. You need to learn this word that, we all learned at a very young age. Let's all say it together. No. No, I don't have time to do that. No, I'm sorry I can't pick you up. No, I'm sorry I don't have... Sometimes you got to put yourself first and you have to say, I'm sorry, no. So your worry is that you want to please everybody and do everything for everybody. But there's just not enough time in the day, so you really need to prioritize and take care of yourself. Self-care is important. And as your advice, we have the wheel. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must go up. So depending on where you are on that wheel, the advice is to keep going. If you're on the bottom, believe me, you're going to be making your way up to the top. If you're on the top, don't feel like you got to fall. It's almost like we're always waiting for that other shoe to fall, you know? Choose to say, no, I'm lucky, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I get everything I want out of life. Why choose the negative side? Why choose to have less than you deserve? You deserve everything. So use the wheel to your advantage. You know, like Jesus take the wheel. No, you take the wheel now. Get yourself aligned. That's the advice I would say. Give yourself credit for what you can do and build up your confidence and know that you deserve everything good. You deserve everything in life that anybody could ever want for themselves. It's not selfish. There's more than enough for everybody, and you deserve your bit. So go for it. So as always, we have the angel answers, where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, maybe as its answer, or maybe just some good advice. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think about what that question is, what that situation is, what that advice you might need. You ready? Your angel answer is wait. Your situation is going to require a little patience. Your angels are not saying no, but they are saying not yet. Sometimes heaven needs a little extra time to make all the pieces fall perfectly into place. What you are asking for may have an effect on the lives of others. When that occurs, it can take additional preparation to make sure that everyone's needs are seen to. Be patient so that all who are involved can have their experience they're meant to have. So, for my friends in group 2, you are my favorite group. What do we need to know about love, money, worry, and advice? Wow. When it comes to love, we got temperance. My first group got temperance as well. That's really interesting. So this is all about balancing when it comes into relationships, whether it be at work, with your family, your friends, your loved one, your significant other. It's all about balance. And sometimes, you know, in life, when it comes to our family and friends or any relationship that you have, some days you give 100%, not very often. Some days you give 60% while the other person gives 30%. And then there's some days that you can only give 10% and the other person takes on 90%. It's all about balance. So right now in one of your relationships, there seems to be an imbalance. I'm not sure if you notice it or if you're going to notice it this week, but you're going to feel it. If there's going to be this off feeling, you're just going to be like, something is just off. So make sure that, you know, sometimes we have to be the bigger person to let things work themselves out. Sometimes you have to see where you are in that situation, take responsibility for your part, or your action in it, and try to come together with that person. But just know that you're going to feel a little imbalance with somebody. It's okay. You've got the ability to work it out. So, when it comes to money, we have the Ace of Wands. Oh, isn't that fabulous, darlings? Fabulous. So, for you, when it comes to your finances, the Ace of Wands means that there's going to be a little something extra coming this month. It could mean that you have an idea or you get a spark of an idea to say, hey, you know, I could do this little side hustle. I might apply for that job that I didn't think I should or could. You'll get it. And whatever you think of, whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish. So if you're somebody who's like, I'm looking for a job or I'm looking to, this is the perfect week to get out. Put your applications out. You know, put a face to the name. Go to if it's something that you really want, go to that place and say, here's my resume. This is all possible for you now at this time. So, yay. When it comes to worries, okay, we got the Emperor. So it's really about your foundation. It's really about your security. You're really worried about it. Whether that is security when it comes to having people around you, relationships, security in your relationships, or whether that's financial. I mean, we're all finding it difficult and having, to pinch and all that kind of stuff. So your worry is really about how secure am I? How financially secure am I? How secure am I with my relationship? You may be allowing a lot of self-doubt to come in, and you're in fear that something's going to change. You just want everything just, stay balanced, don't move, don't change. But that's not what life is. Life is all about change. So you have to embrace it rather than fear it. But that is what your worry is this week. When it comes to advice, we got the King of Swords. Say it like it is. You know what? Sometimes, you just got to cut through the BS and call people out. If there's a situation that you're just like, oh my God, it's time to now just like say it. Say what you mean what you say, and do what you're going to say. This could also mean for a few of you that you might need to find the advice of a lawyer. You may need to have legal advice for something that's going on in your life. So just for a few. So you may want to use your angel answers to find out what's going to happen here. But it looks like you might need some legal advice. And it's really about standing up and making your own opinion count, and make your own opinion just as equal to anybody else's. You have to believe in that to be able to, stand up for yourself. So that's the advice. As always, we have the angel answers, where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or maybe as its answer, or just some really good advice. So close your eyes, deep breath. Think about that question, think about that situation. Let's see what the angels have to say. Let go. The time has come to let go of this situation. Stop focusing on how or when it will be solved, or even why it occurred. Relationships that are unhealthy or unfulfilling should be released in order to allow something better to come along. Don't worry. Source and your angels have everything under control. A key aspect to manifesting your desires is to ask for what you want and then release it to heaven. If you've drawn this card, you may be holding on too tightly to the way of your dreams will unfold. Make a wish and then leave the rest to your angels. So last but not least, and my favorite group, let's find out what you need to know about love, money, and worry for this week. When it comes to love, we have the Eight of Cups. So this either represents you in this, or it represents somebody in your life, family, friends, relatives. It could be a coworker, but somebody's walking away from it all. They've already built up their life. They kind of had this plan of what they were going to do, how everything was going to go. And it's like you just stopped and you just went, okay, no, this is not how I want it, and I don't want to finish this life having this as what I'm about. I want more. There's something more. This could be something more spiritual. This could mean, learning to live within yourself and being your real self and connecting with people that see you for who you are. So, interesting. God bless you. But for a few people, this will mean that you're probably going to be walking away from a relationship, a very important relationship, a very close relationship. If this is you, you're not unhappy about it. You're looking forward to something beyond. And if this is not you, you may find your heart being a little hurt by somebody, because you'll feel like you've been discarded, like you didn't matter. It's not about that. It's not about you mattering. Not everything has everything to do with you. It's just somebody needed something more, and they had to go on their journey and follow their dream. So when it comes to money, woohoo! Yes, darlings. We got the Six of Wands. So somehow, some way, you're going to be recognized. You're either going to be given flowers or chocolates, or you're going to be saying, hey, you know, you've been really doing a great job this week, but you're going to be recognized. I mean, God willing, you get a little extra bonus or a little, you know, raise in pay or anything of that case. And when it comes to finances, darlings, money's going to be coming in from somewhere, or you're going to be getting like this gift of recognition. Somebody's going to be like sending you this little parcel and you'll be like, oh my God, you thought of me. It's like there's just something financial that could come in your way, that somebody will give you money, give you a gift. I mean, literally, guys, go out and buy a lotto ticket. Lotto ticket, you will win. Give money back to Nina. When it comes to worries, Three of Cups. So, what are you indulging in? Or should I say, what are you overindulging in? Are you drinking too much? Are you eating too much? Are you smoking too much? Are you sleeping too much? There's something in your life that you've lost control of and has now taken control of you. And it is stressing you out because you know, like, you know, if you're somebody who smokes, even if you want to, and you don't want to have that cigarette the first thing in the morning, and you say, no, I'm going to quit, I'm not going to quit. Next day you get up and you do it all over again. It is so self-defeating, and you feel bad because, you know, you just can't help yourself. We all have that vice. So your worry is that you're losing control of something that's important to you, something that defines you in a way. When it comes to advice, you have the Hierophant. This is when you need to kind of maybe go back, talk to somebody who you trust, who you can lean on, who can kind of bring you back in perspective. And really, for many of you, this could mean that you need to kind of get back into your spiritual self. Maybe you've been letting go and just feeling like, you know what, I don't want this wooey. I just don't want to be thinking spiritual. I just want to just do whatever I want. This could be like the overindulgence and stuff. But this is a card of saying, you know what, you need to get one with yourself. And getting one with yourself is really, you know, mind, body, spirit. But you need to reconnect with God, with the universe, with spirit inside of you, so that you can see where you need to go. You can see what you need to do to get there. And definitely there could be somebody, or you probably know somebody, that could give you some really great advice and maybe help you, guide you. So look for that person. And as always, we have our angel cards, where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or maybe as its answer. Or you could just be looking for some really good advice. Close your eyes. Deep breath. Think of that question, that situation, and let's see what the angels have to say. Remain positive. The angels are asking you to keep an optimistic attitude. There is very positive momentum beginning to build towards the creation of your desires. You're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. It may seem as though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you will see a change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. So that is our weekly vibes for this week. As always, I have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, take care, cheerio, and God bless.